I am Kim Ira Villegaspi and I will be your moderator for today. But before we proceed, let me just inform everybody about the netiquettes we must follow throughout the event. First, please comment your name and section in our comment section below in our Facebook Live to mark your attendance. Second, please like, react, and share the Facebook Live event to share the knowledge and awareness of our event. Third, if you have any questions regarding the webinar proper, and please comment in on the comment section for our open forum session with our guest speaker. Fourth, be respectful and enjoy learning in this webinar. But I would like to add up something, that the whole event is being recorded and we encourage everybody to interactively join the discussions and for the whole event so it could be more fun and exciting. We highly invite everyone to open their cameras as what I am doing right now, but mute your microphones to avoid any noise distraction, and please put your name and section as your display name. And lastly, we would like you to listen and stay with us until the very end of this webinar because that will guarantee you a lot of knowledge and of course your attendance and e-certificates. Let us formally start this webinar with a prayer to be led by Mr. Robin Lazaro and to be followed by the Philippine National Anthem and the LIVESTREAM of the Philippines University Hymn.
Let us put ourselves in the presence of our Lord, in the name of the Father, the Son, of the Holy Spirit. Our Almighty God, we come to you as sinners and your humble servants, seeking for your forgiveness for all the shortcomings in words, thoughts, and deeds. We thank you for every member of the LPU community and the inspiration of our founder, Dr. Sotero H. Laurel. We come to you as a family and ask you to bless our country. May our leaders be filled with your wisdom as they serve the Filipino people. Bless the leaders of our school and send forth your Spirit to help them make wise decisions. Bless our teachers and staff and keep righteous and model of virtue. Bless our alumni, parents, partners, stakeholders as they contribute to make our country a better place to live in. Watch over our school and make safe our people, especially our students. Help us live according to your will and stay true to the vision, mission, and core values of God-centeredness, leadership, integrity, innovation, nationalism, and service orientation. Teach us the love of truth and help us seek what is true, even though it may be unpopular. Watch over our school and make safe our people, especially our students. Teach us fortitude in order to move forward amidst the challenges and hardships. Inspire us always in this holiest vocation of influencing eternity and touching the lives of our students and our people, whom you have put under our care. Amen.
Sa
All right, once again, welcome to our 25th webinar series, a webinar on personal financial literacy. And on behalf of the CITHM Student Council and Anchor, who collaborated for today's event, I would like to thank all of you in advance for making time to attend our webinar. But may we call on our beloved colleague Dean, Chef Abraham Emmanuel Peralta, to give us his opening remarks. Let us all give him a warm welcome of virtual applause.
Mabuhay.
Mabuhay po, sir.
Hi. Hi, Kim. Could you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, Chef.
Perfect. Okay. So, good morning, everybody. It is said, everyone, that if we command our wealth, we shall be rich and free. If our wealth commands us, we are poor indeed. Mabuhay, ladies and gentlemen, and good morning, students, and to the whole of CITHM who are here joining us today. To the anchor, maraming salamat. Of course, first and foremost, nagpakita na po siya. I would like to acknowledge the presence of our dear speaker today, the great Dr. George Atendo, who is actually the mind behind and also the skills behind all of the previous international and national accreditations of LPU Laguna. Dr. George, welcome back. He will be properly introduced later. Hi, sir. Also, your very competent and hardworking advisor, Dr. RJ Kalinaw. And of course, your CITHM Student Council and Anchor, led by their president, Ms. Mayan Amores, and of course, Mr. Aaron. And to the rest of the active officers, and also to the faculty members who are joining us today, maraming salamat for making this IPF possible. Also, to all students, welcome. To all students, I would like to welcome you officially to the 25th Industry Professional Forum entitled, Is It Time to Invest? A personal literacy or financial literacy webinar of Dr. George Atento. Ladies and gentlemen, our role in the academe is to train you all as much as possible for you to adjust, adapt, and be successful in the industry. But beyond academics, my dear students, it is also our responsibility, the responsibility of the college, to foster and to train sustainable individuals who will look at the future without fear. We are confident that you all will make it in terms of your career, in terms of your skills, and of course, knowledge in the industry in the future. But we also would like to add on that courage. We would like to add financial literacy, financial preparedness for you and your family's future. Ladies and gentlemen, thus I would like to thank the CITHM Council and of course, the Anchor organization for being with us as our right hand in developing integral, skillful, and values-driven hospitality tourism individuals that will soon conquer the international tourism industry. My dear CITHM students, my dear cruise line students in particular, I know it's hard right now, but continue to look for your happiness and the reason for pushing for your dreams. And also, let us remember, it is not how much money you make, but how much money you keep, and how hard it works for you, and how many generations you can keep it for. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all a very, very fruitful day, and of course, mabuhay sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you so much, Chef, for that very warm welcome. Indeed, it is not enough that we learn from the institution, but there are something more that's waiting for us, that we must learn the financial literacy and the financial preparedness of everyone. Well, and the next, to formally introduce our guest speaker for the day, and I am very pleased and honored to be the one reciting it. Well, our guest speaker for today has gained multiple achievements and experiences through the hard work and perseverance in him. Well, he just graduated as Bachelor of Science in Mathematics in Actuarial Science as cum laude at University of Santo Tomas. Taken his professional education at Dominican College of Santa Rosa. His Masters of Educational Leadership and Management in De La Salle University, Manila, Masters of Business Administration, and his doctorate degree in Management in Lyceum of the Philippines University, Batangas. He also experienced to work as a bank accountant and bookkeeper at Prudential Bank and Trust Company for 10 years, and working in a school for 2 years on food for hungry minds made him be in touch with our university, which is the LPU Laguna, and he had experience to work in different fields and departments. Director for Strategic Planning and Research, Director for Human Resources, Quality Management Representative, Dean, College of Business and Accountancy, and he is with us up until now since 2013 as an Executive Director for Planning, Quality Assurance, and Instruction. And he also works for the Toyota Motors Philippines as an Academic Director of School of Technology from 2019 up to the present. To simply put it, everyone, this man is not just an ordinary individual because he has the skills and competencies to be on where he is right now. And it is all my pleasure to introduce to you everyone, my beloved students, staffs, and everyone who is watching with us. Let us all welcome Dr. Ramon George O. Atento.
Hello, yes. Good morning, Dr. Abraham Peralta, my former colleague. Always naman a colleague in the industry. So thank you very much. Kanina I was experiencing goosebumps, Sir Chef B, no? Because I still hear the prayer that we wrote before, no? Naalala ko pa yung prayer until now. We are still using it. No? So that's very nice. Very nice to be back in an LPU and of course with the CITHM. Thank you for having me. Thank you din kay Sir RJ, who was the person who kept on messaging me. And our students, yeah. So shall I start the ball rolling and share my slide? Okay. Ayan. So I hope my voice is loud and clear and it can be heard by everybody. Ayan, Sabihin nyo lang pag medyo naglalag or something. Thank you very much for that. And so, if you will notice, the slides will include some number of the modules, no? Kasi this is part of of a uh, a webinar, many episodes webinar in my YouTube channel, no? So kaya inaano ko na rin tong opportunity na to for you to subscribe in my YouTube channel. Please subscribe, Dream Shadow TV. Ayan, no? So you will also see the presentations there later, no? If you want to view it again. So thank you very much again, and good morning to everybody. I'll start already. This is about investment. So let me start with a story, an anecdote. One night, nga pala, no, you are millennial, so you don't know this. My dear children, is called a telephone. It used to be like this, no? 90s kid ako, so yan yung telepono namin. So one night, the phone rang, and sa kabilang side, no, sabi, hello, you won 1,440 US dollars. So that's about 72,000 pesos a day. No, it will be given to you, but these are the conditions. You cannot transfer it to anyone. You have to use everything up. At the end of the day, kailangan zero balance na. The account should have zero balance. If at the end of the day, meron siyang kahit 1 peso, 1 centavo, or 1 peso, no, it stops. If zero balance, another $1,440 will be given the next day. Same rules. So if you were that guy on the other side of the line, no, what would you be buying? Anong bibilin nyo? Siyempre siguro ngayon sasabihin nyo stocks, no? But before this webinar of sorts, ano ang usual na pumapasok sa isipan ng isang estudyante or students like you? Ano usually ang bibilin natin pag marami tayong pera? Sari-sari ang nare-receive ko ditong sagot, no? But through the years, no? Kotse, nga pala, itong nasa likod ko, hindi ko kotse yan, no? We were instructed by Toyota na kailangan naka-feature daw yan sa aming mga Zoom background, yung aming Supra. So, iba kotse, ano pa, bahay siguro, but you cannot buy a house with 72,000 pesos. Siguro ano ka muna, no? Down payment, and then tomorrow bayad na naman and all that. And meron pa ako na-receive na comment na, sir, magpapakain po ako sa buong barkada. Mga kanyang bala. O kaya mga girls naman, damit, makeup, all those things. Pabango, marami mag-asos ng mga girls, di ba? So anyway, feel free to comment pag meron kayong nakalimutan ko sabihin. But your ugali, your character, what would you be buying, no? So that story is a lesson on time, no? That is a lesson actually of time. Remember this, the most extravagant of all expenses is the waste of time. Siguro ngayon sabihin niyo, akala ko ba investment to? Later you will see why is it connected. The most extravagant of all expenses is the waste of time. Hindi mo na mababalik yun, no? Time is either spent or invested. So this is an investment, I hope, on your part, Instead of just watching Netflix, no, kung ano man yung ginagawa nyo, no, YouTube, sleeping, ito yung ginagawa natin. Of course, required to, but just the same, you're investing your time. So be where you are, and dapat matutunan kayo, no? So time is either spent or invested. So what did you buy with that 72,000, 77,000 a day? Kasi all those things are depreciable assets, no? Those are depreciable assets. Tapos paano kung nanalo ka ng loto? No, sometimes nakikita mo, ang laki ng loto, mga tayanga, no? Pero alam nyo, sabi ng Lotto, Philippine Charity Sweepstakes, sabi nila, karamihan daw na nananalo ng jackpot, after 2 years, 3 years, nauubos din yung pera. So it's not about the money, right? So when you were young, siguro yung mga babae pati naman mga lalaki, no, nakaka-reflect dito. Pero hindi naman tayo naghahabol ng butterfly. So time, you have all the time in the world, you have energy in the world. Ay, maghapon kayo magtatakbo, you're still, up to it. You have no money, but you're happy. Wala kang pera pero okay na okay, takbo ka ng takbo. But of course, baka ngayon hindi na gano'n. No? But kami 90s kids, yun yung ginagawa namin eh. Ito yung mga human life stages, no? Nung bata ka, you have so much energy, so much time, walang money. Student, konti lang energy pagdating sa bahay, lalo nung face-to-face na, no? Hindi pa ngayon face-to-face, but still no energy. Not a lot of money, lalo ngayon pandemic, and then so little of time. Executive, marami ka ng pera, konti ang oras. Tuwing weekend, mayroon pang may PhD pa, right? Tapos you have classes, you do ang tawag nito, nag-grocery ka, nagpapa-laundry. So kakaunti ang energy mo na, no? Pagdating mo sa bahay, tulog ka na kagad. You have a lot of money but you don't have time. The retiree, a normal retiree, my mother is a retiree. She has a lot of money, she has pension, she has all the time in the world, wala na siyang energy. So these are human life stages. The key point, guys, is to be able to retire early so that marami ka pang energy, marami kang money, marami kang time. Diba? Parang ganun. But how do you get there? So yun, investment is the key. So point of recall, success, the variables of success are the following. No? The variables of success are the following. Sorry. First is energy. Kailangan syempre may energy ka, no? Tatayo ka ng business, kailangan mo ng energy. Energy means, yung sarili mong energy, no? Money, o yung tatawag natin na chi sa mga nagma-martial arts diyan. Money, yes, you need money, you need time, and now we add information. We are now in the information age and you really need information in order to get by. Later on, makikita nyo, you have all the information you need. During our time, we don't have a lot of information. You guys, you have all the information in the world. So para sa akin, ito nga sinasabi ko sa mga estudyante ko, if you don't end up a billionaire this generation, you're at fault. Sinabi din ni Elon Musk yan, something of that. Our generation, we didn't have all the information in the world. If Bill Gates, for example, were born, at this point in time, with all the things that no? Or balikan natin si Albert Einstein or Isaac Newton. During his time, hindi pa nga niya nakikita yung rings of Saturn was just a dream, it's just a little speck in his telescope. Wala pang Neptune, wala pang Pluto, wala pa yung exoplanet. Hindi yung K-pop. Basta yung wala pa yun, hindi pa nila nakikita yan. You have all the information in the world. So if we don't end up a billionaire, then it's our fault. Of course, may pandemic, pero after this, let's start. Okay, now is the time. Don't put off until tomorrow, sabi nga ni President Lincoln, what you could have done yesterday. Start early in life. Time is the friend. Alam niyo yung story ko kanina, it's an anecdote, di ba? You have 1,400, di ba sabi ko, binigyan ka ng $1,440, di ba? A day. Actually, you also have that a day. Not dollars, but minutes. You have 1,440 minutes a day. Di ba? Yung storya kasi yun, in the end, ang nangyari doon, tinawagan siya eh. Sabi niya, sir, nagkamali po kami. Hindi po pala sa inyo yan. Doon sa kapitbahay niyo. Okay, so kung ano man yung binili nyo sa inyo na yan, mas mahirap kung ipapaano pa sa iyo, no? Ipapabayaran pa dahil hindi naman pala sa iyo yun. So what if nagpakain ka lang? Wala na. What if bumili ka ng sasakyan? The moment you drive out of the dealerships, it has gone already in price, 20%. Kahit pa Ferrari yan, kahit pa Toyota Supra yan, bumaba na kagad ang presyo niyan by 20%. Kasi luma na siya. 'Di ba? Lahat ng asset na maiisip nyo, depreciable yan. So, makeup, lahat, pagkain, lahat yan, naluluma eh. You have to look at appreciation rather than depreciation. Ayan. So, if you're 20 years old now, I think marami sa inyo mas mataas pa ang edad na 20 years old. And you save 1 peso every day since the day you were born, how much will you have today? Of course, it is not possible. Kasi baby ka, mag-i-invest ka ng piso a day. No? But, you know, just for the sake of poetry. Halimbawa, since the day you were born, every day may piso ka. So how much will you have? 7,300 at 20 years old. Okay? It's not a lot, right? Hindi siya enough. Okay? What if we award an interest rate of 10% per annum? O yan, nasa ano yan natin, di ba? Nasa theory of interest natin yan. Nasa first year yan. Compounded annually. No? Binibigyan ka ng 10%. So, a year, 730 pesos. Ang nadagdag, the next year, mas mataas, mga 800 na. Pataas ng pataas yan eh. So, what happens after 20 years? It becomes 20,905. Nag-triple. The same piso every day. Pag may interest rate, dumi-triple. So, that is one. Sabi nga nung mga writer na finance advisor eh, that is the 8th wonder of the world, the compound interest. Ayan. So, yan ang wonder ng compound interest. Ang problema, mamaya I will show you kung bakit hindi na benefit ang mga Filipinos dyan. Okay, what if we raise yung 1 peso to 5 pesos, it becomes 104,000. Ang liit naman, sir. 20 years na ako nag-invest. Siyempre, 5 piso ka lang a day, eh, di ba? So, this is only equivalent to 5 pesos a day or less than 2,000 a year. For a person earning 15,000 a month, you could easily place, sabihin mo na, no? 1,500 a month or about 18,000 a year. That's times 9. So, dapat 1 million yan. How much now? Oh, dapat 1,030,000 yan in 20 years. Ngayon, at this point in time, lagi ang mga estudyante ko sa BA dati, sinasabi nila, Sir, 20 years, 1,000,000 pa lang. Ang liit naman. Pero mo 20 years akong mag-iipon, tapos 1 million lang, ang liit-liit. To which ang sinasabi ko, umikot kayo dyan, ha? Maglakad kayo sa labas. Umanap kayo ng 20 years old na hindi binigyan ng kanyang magulang. Tingnan nyo kung meron siyang 1 million sa kanyang account. Maraming tao, mga kapatid, mga bata, no? At ito, hindi nyo pa ito na-realize kasi bata pa kayo. Eh. But when I was working in Manila, I used to commute, no, take a commute, nakabus, no, papunta rito sa Santa Rosa, where I live. Alam mo, nakakakita ako ng matatanda who could be beyond 60, 65, 70 years old, still working. Pag tinatanong na, Lolo, ba't di ka pa nag-retire? Eh, kasi pinaparal ko pa yung apo ko eh. Imagine, if he has a lot of money, why would he bother traveling every day, nakasabit sa bus? I don't want that to happen to any of us. And it can only happen na hindi mangyayari yun sa inyo if you have put aside a small amount of money na para sa inyo, pag the time na hindi nyo na kaya magtrabaho. Yun ang importante, guys. Retire early, save. Okay. Sana naman natututunan nyo yan. Okay? The greatest factors in building wealth, time, interest yield, and amount of investment. In that order. Time. Kasi the longer you save, the better. Interest yield, the higher it is, the better. The amount of investment, kahit nga 5 piso, nagiging 1,000,000. Di ba? So, kailangan lang, consistent. Hindi yung 5 piso ngayon, bukas, hindi ako magbibigay. Next day, hindi naman ako magbibigay. Next day, ako magbibigay. The next day, 20 pesos na. Hindi ganun. Consistently, kailangan naglalagay ko. That's the key. Consistency. Okay? The problem with Filipinos, by the way, ako to joke lang. The problem with Filipinos is we don't save. Okay? We don't save. In fact, most of us don't have wallets. Ako, I don't have wallets. I don't have a wallet anymore. We don't save. Number 2, we save only to spend afterwards. Actually, yung afterwards ko dito when I wrote this was December. Ano ba ang bagong iPhone ngayon? No? Naku, Sir RJ, shout out.
12 Pro Max.
Tinatamaan ba?
Ornado.
Alam mo, kung gusto kong malaman ko anong bagong release ng Apple, tinubuksan ko lang yung account ni Mr. RJ. Updated yung batang yan. Pero, siyempre, sometimes you tap yourself in the back. Ako actually, I'm also guilty in this. No? We save only to spend afterwards. Ngayon, may 7-7. Kasalanan ng Lazada at Shopee yan eh. May 8-8, may 9-9. Every month na lang kailangan mag-shopping. Ba yan? So, di ba, we save only to spend afterwards. Nakasave ka, mamaya konti, back to zero na naman. Anyway, next time, at least may trabaho tayo. Anong aanin ko naman ng pera? Kung hindi ko di ba, ganun yun eh. I'll tell you later, no, kung anong dapat talagang style dyan, no, para hindi naman naubos. Okay? We save but we don't invest. We save pero savings. Mamaya, makikita nyo, hindi enough ang savings. Ang savings, guys, is only awarding you 0.1% per annum. 0.1%. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Yung 100 mo, bibigyan ng bangko ng 10 centavos. Ang 1,000 piso. Ang 10,000, bibigyan kanya ng 10 piso. Every year, minus 20% withholding tax. Mamaya makikita nyo, ilang percent ang pag-deteriorate ng purchasing power ng peso o ng ating pera because of inflation. Almost 6%, 7%. Tapos i-award mo sa akin 0.1. So ibig sabihin, pag nilagay ko sa bangko ang pera ko, natatalo ako ng 5.9% a year. Binibigay ko sa bangko yon para paliitin yung pera ko. Ilagay ko yung pera dyan ha. Gusto ko lumiit yung value ng perang yan. Siguro ngayon nyo lang narinig sa mga bata. Siguro ngayon lang narinig yun. Because when I was young, I was also brought up by my parents. Magtrabaho ka maigi para mabili mo lahat ng gusto mo. Diba? Wala naman nagsabi ng magulang. Well, siguro sa mga Chinese, sinasabihan niya. Magtrabaho ka, mag-aral ka maigi para paglaki mo, pag nakatapos ka, mag-business tayo. Mabuti nga si CITHM. Talagang tinuturo sa inyo kung paano mag-business. Ngayon naman yung business, ano naman ang gagawin nyo sa pera once you have it, right? So kailangan naka-invest yan. Okay? So importante talaga yan, guys. And we don't understand the long term. Ito for the sake of the long term, ito talaga kasi yung topic dun sa aking sa webinar ng Innovation, no? Shout out sa mga kasamahan ko sa Innovation, si Miss Che, Miss Leia, okay, si Miss Charm, si Miss Rochelle. So yung power of two, nakaka-copyright to sa Innovation. Ang ginagawa natin dito, sabi ko sa kanila, no, at ito, marami akong tinanong na dito, lagi silang fail dito. Bigyan kita ng piso, linisan mo yung kotse ko. Lugi-lugi ka doon kasi dumi ng kotse ko. Ang dami dapat i-5S doon. Okay? Pero, merong may twist. The next day, yung piso mo magiging 2 piso. The next day, yung 2 piso magiging 4 na piso. So, nagdo-double siya every day. How much will you have after 30 days? Sige, very quick lang. Hula lang tayo. Chat lang dyan. Ilan po, nga pala, live nga pala ito sa Facebook. No? So, yung mga nandiyan dyan po, magkano kaya after 30 days? If I ask you to clean my car, promising a pay of 1 peso, leave a comment, no? Your pay doubles every day. How much will you be earning in 30 days? Yung mga participants ngayon, meron ba kayong sagot? Ano ba? Mataas ba to sa, may nag-chat. 30 pesos. Camila, nagdodoble nga everyday. Ano ka ba? Nagdodoble everyday. Piso naging 2 piso. 2 piso naging 40 peso, 4 pesos. Mali ang 30 pesos. Higher. Di ba? Higher. Aabot ba yan ng 10,000? Mabuti pa si Camille nagsumasagot eh. Yung iba naman dyan, ano ang sagot natin? Hindi ko nakikita yung sa Facebook, but aabot ba siya ng 10,000 sa tingin nyo? Or worse, hindi mo worse, 100,000? Ayan. So tingnan natin. Actually, tingnan nyo yung sagot. Piso, second day, 2 pesos. Third day, fourth day, 8 pesos. What about on the 30th day? What if you continue helping me clean my car for a month? How much will you have? So I will give you the power of 2. First day, piso, 2 piso, 4 pesos, 8 pesos, 16 pesos, 32, 64, 128, 9th day, 256, 10th day, 512 pesos. 1,024, 2,048, teka, baka may sumasagot 465 down, okay? Mali pa rin. Okay, 13, 4,096 pesos on the 13th day, 8,000, 16,000, 32,000, 65,000, 131,000. On the 19th day, you have 262,000, 512,000 on the 20th day. 21st day, 1 million, 2 million, 4 million, 8 million, 16 million, 33 million. Check nyo to, guys. 2 raised to 30. At the end of the 30th day, actually, you will have 500 million pesos. Kaya nga sinasabi ko sa inyo guys, ito bago tong slide na to ang sabi ko, the Filipinos don't understand the long term. Ang alam nyo lang 20 days after. Pero hindi nyo nakikita to na pag ang piso-piso nyo dumodoble ng dumodoble, at the end of the 30th day, you will be almost a billionaire. On the 31st day, you will already be a billionaire. Only if you keep on doubling your money. Diba? What if hindi today? What if this is a year? In 30 years, you would be almost a billionaire. O what if nagsimula ka, hindi naman magsisimula sa piso What if binigyan ka ng mami mo ng 100,000, so nandito ka na sa 18th year, di ba? Ilang double na lang? 12 na lang. You are just 12 doubles away. So kung every year nagdodoble yung pera mo because of the business, then in 12 years, you will be a billionaire. Long-term perspective. That is the point na pinopoint-inahan natin dito, no? Ang Filipinos, they don't have the long term. The difference between today and 50 years later depend on you. Ewan kung familiar kayo sa SOHCAHTOA, no? SOHCAHTOA, right triangle to The longer the hypotenuse is, no? Or the larger the larger the angle is, itong distance na to later on, yung base of the triangle will be longer. If you start early. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Sasabihin ng mga klase mo 50 years after, teka, yan si Lisel. Si Lisel yung bagong admit ko Si Lisel, kaklase ko yung dati lang Kumukopya pa nga sa akin yan Yan si Ira, kaklase ko lang yan, kumukopya pa sa akin yan. Bakit ngayon, billionaire? Siguro nandaya hindi. Maaga siya nagsimula. Hindi mo nakikita yung time na natutulog ka pa, nandoon na yan. Nagbe-bake na yan. Hindi mo nakikita, natulog ka na, naghahanda pa yan, dinusulat pa niya sa accounting notebook niya yung kinita ng kanyang maliit na negosyo. Yun ang hindi mo nakikita ng tao. Nakikita niya yung you are already made up. Right? Hindi na nakita yung hirap mo, yung bawat luha, bawat sakit na dinaanan mo, hindi niya nakikita yun. Ang nakikita na lang niya yung time na successful ka na. So for every hardships na nakikita niyo sa buhay niyo, sa lahat ng sakit na mararamdaman niyo, i-turn around niyo lang yun, nagiging success yun. Success is hardships or failure turned upside down. Okay, tandaan niyo yan. So ito yung susunod. Ngayon, sir, naniniwala ako, kailangan ko mag-invest. Pero bakit sa stock market? Ito yung sinasabi ko, guys. Galing to sa tradingeconomics.com. Bibilisan ko na to. Ang Consumer Price Index, ito yung pagtaas ng bilihin since 1957. Inano ko lang yan, kinumpit ko. Piso, naging 129. So, konting mathematics. 7.88% per annum ang tinataas ng bilihin. So yung 100 naging 107 kasi 7%, right? So every year tumataas ng 7%. Ang ating sweldo hindi naman tumataas ng 7%. Ang tagal na ng huling minimum wage increase, hindi naman minimum wage ang mga teachers. So syempre, hindi naman nagtataas yan. Masyadong malaki. Hindi yan nagtataas ng ganyang kalaki. In fact, sa manufacturing, 5% nga lang ang taas usually. Ito 7%. So nalulugi talaga, lumiliit. Kaya pag hindi ka mag-business, guys, wala na. Hindi ka talaga magiging successful sa buhay. Tandaan niyo yan. Okay? 7.88. Nag-save ka sa bangko. Binigyan ka 0.1%. Nalugi ka pala ng 7.7%. Di ba? Okay, next. Ito ngayon yung Philippine Stock Exchange. From 1986 to 2014, ang kanyang average increase, iniwan mo yung pera mo doon, you just left your money there for 28 years. It will have earned 15% per year. Hindi ka nag-participate. Noong 1999, bumaba yan because of the internet bubble. 2001, nagkaroon ng World Trade Center bombing. 2000 plus, nagkaroon ng ni Gloria. Tapos, tama ba yung aking alala? Tapos 2008, financial crisis. Tapos ngayon, 2020, yan, kasi 2014 to 2020, ano nangyari? Bumagsak siya, 7.82% na lang. And yet, 7.82% is still larger or bigger than the increase of consumer price index. Last 33 years. Ngayon, kanina lang umaga, I updated this. Tumaas na ang stock market. Ay, wala dito. Okay. So, 782, hindi na update Ayan, 2021, guys 11.99%, almost 12% in the last 35 years. Left by itself Wala kang ginagawa dyan. Iniwan mo lang, left by itself. Hindi ka na nagkatulad ng ginagawa ko. May technical analysis pa akong ginagawa dyan. Namimili ako ng magandang stocks. Hindi na. Left by itself, the investment grew by 53 times in the last 35 years. Left by itself. Kahit tinamaan ng pandemic, yan, nakita niyo yung bagsak na yan? Bumagsak yan dahil sa pandemic. And yet, left by itself. Kung nagsimula ka early, 1986, wala pa kasi kayo niyan time na yan eh. Time ng ano pa to, Marcos pa to eh, kakatapos pa lang ng people power. Pero some of your parents are already here. If your parents did not invest in the stock market, then wala silang 53 times. Yung 100,000 sala nila doon, nag 5.3 million na ngayon. 'Di ba? Oh, 'yun ang sinasabi ko. So, sa Amerika naman, tingnan niyo yung $1, $10 million na pag nag-stocks. Pag bonds, 24,000 lang. Ang CPI, $18 lang. Imagine mo yun, no? $18 lang since 1801. Oh. Kaya pag nanonood kayo ng mga K-drama, di ba? Nanonood ba kayo nung si Goblin? Kaya nga ang yaman ni Goblin, 900 years siyang nabubuhay. Kasi yung stock market, naranasan niya lahat ito. Di ba? Oo. Yun yung dahilan dun. So the longer you invest, of course, no one among us will be able to live for 200 years. But ang ibig sabihin nun, the longer you are staying in the market, the better it will be. Yun. So ito yung relationship lang between investment. Guys, pag meron kayong, pag meron kayong dapat hindi makalimutan, ito yun. So pag ang promised return is so high, no, tapos ang risk daw ay so low, sasabihin niyan, 80% a week. Yan. Yung mga, yung mga Aman futures, no, na yung pala scam. Scam yan. Tandaan ninyo, ang bangko nagbabayad lang 0.1%. Magkano ang kanilang treasury ang time deposit? 1%. Million yun, pero 1% lang binibigay. Tapos ikaw, 80% per week? Scam yun. Huwag kayong magpapaniwala doon. Okay? Ang reality is low interest, low risk. High interest, high risk. Okay? Ang stock market, high risk. Mamaya makikita nyo naman, no? Pag ito naman non-sensibility, ano ibig sabihin sa nitong non-sensibility or ignorance? Ang ibig sabihin yan, sabihin ko sa'yo, bibigyan kita ng 300 piso, pumunta ka sa kuta ng mga Abu Sayyaf. Sabi, ay, okay yan, ganda. Di ba? Napaka-ignorant mo naman, no? Napaka-unsensible mo naman, non-sensible. High risk, tapos ang bayad sa'yo, 300 pesos lang. Di ba? Actually, maraming ganyan. No, hindi nila nakikita. Even yung trabaho nila high risk pala, pero konti lang naman ang sweldo, diba? Okay? So 10-year bond rates in the Philippines, patababa ng pababa, ibig sabihin, talagang the only way to go is to go to the stock market. Capital markets, ito pa yung time na bata pa ako. Hindi naman 1963 yan, no? 2005 gata yan, 2006. Started in Manila in 1927, Makati 1963. Tapos yung joint niyan, yung nag-merge 1994, PSE na. There are about more or less more than 300 listed companies. But remember 1927 pa tayo. We are like parang the second oldest in Asia. And yet there are only 300 listed companies here. Tinalo pa tayo ng Thailand. Ang Thailand nagsimula 1975. Talong-talo na tayo. Japan, ang daming nauna tayo pero natalo na tayo, nalampasan na tayo. There are only about 130 trading participants. Ano ibig sabihin nito? Yung mga stock brokerage. Huwag kayong mag-i-invest sa hindi naman broker. Okay? Pwede kayong magkakaibigan. Kami, ganun ang ginagawa namin. Nag-i-invest. O ako yung nagiging mutual fund manager. Pero naka-invest yun in the name of the group. Yan. Ang tawag doon, hindi naman talaga yun na official na mutual fund, kundi parang cooperative. Pwede nyo naman gawin yun. Nga lang dapat, pinagkakatiwalaan ninyo yung taong pinagbibigyan nyo ng perang yan, no? Pero ang talagang official nandoon call financial, yan. Yan ang mga nandoon diyan, BPI Trade, I think Phil Stocks, yan ang mga pwede nyo puntahan, no? Mura lang naman yan. I think ang starting sa BPI, you have to forgive me, no? Dati tayo sa BPI. 10,000 pesos ang mutual fund nila, no? Pwede kayo magsimula ng ganun, no? Tapos sa call financial naman, I think 5,000 pwede na. Pero yung gusto mo yung full scale, na meron kayong makakapili kayo ng sarili nyong portfolio, kayo magano yung sarili nyong stocks, tapos meron pa kayong mga graphs, ganyan, may mga researches, yun, 25,000 pesos. Okay. Less than 1% in the Philippines invest. Napakaliit niyan. So ano ibig sabihin? Bakit maliit? Sa US, 53%, 25% in Singapore. In the ASEAN nations, nasa 15 to 20% yan. When I went to Thailand, mismong yung king nila ang, well, of course, namatay na si king, no? Yung king nila ang nagbibigay sa kanila ng shares. Tapos sila tinutuloy nila yon, yung mga sweldo nila inilalagay nila sa stock market. So invested sila hindi lang sa market kundi sa country nila. Sa Philippines hindi. Kaya natin sinisiraan ng country natin minsan eh. Kasi hindi tayo invested eh. Kung naka-invest ka sa country natin, hindi ka magsasalita ng negative kasi sasabihin mo, ay hindi kami nahihirapan dito, okay kami dito. Kasi you want to attract people in the country. So that's the problem with Filipinos. Tingnan mo, only less than 1%. Sasabihin mo, wala kasing pera, hindi ako naniniwalang walang pera. Hindi nila alam kung paano. Yun. Okay, welcome Laika. Okay, ito yung ano natin ha. Ito yung website ng PSE. Yan po, pse.com.ph. Ganito yan nakikita nyo dyan. For example, this is as of yesterday, close of yesterday. Kita nyo bagsak ang stock market yesterday. Just for the day, no? PSEI down 1.3%. Ayan ang ating index. Ang all shares, in yung lahat ng stocks. Ang PSEI, ito yung kinocompose ng 30 na pinaka blue chips kung tinatawag natin. Yung pinaka magagandang mga stocks. Kung pwede kayo mag-invest sa blue chips, pwede rin naman. So, i-search nyo yun. Tapos, merong mga site na po pwede kayo mag-practice muna. Mag-practice muna kayo mag-invest. Huwag kayong bumanat ng real live na money. Okay? Isa pa is, hindi porke, katulad nakita nyo sa SM, 1,000 pesos ang halaga. Hindi porke 1,000 pesos siya, ibig sabihin, mahal siya. Hindi. Kasi, per share yan eh. O tinan niyo yung value ng SM Prime, 1 billion. O, di ba? Ang value ni, sino ba to? Ayala Land, 491 million. Hindi, 36 pesos lang siya. Mas malaki ang value niya kay Ayala Corp. 267 million lang si Ayala Corp. Pero ang presyo ni Ayala Corp, 784. So, depende yan sa number of shares. Kaya huwag niyong isipin, ay ang mahal naman, gusto ko yung mura lang. Hindi po ganun yun. Makikita niyo yung pagiging mura niya sa tatlong indicators. So makinig kayo maigi kasi hindi to kasama dito eh. Ano yung indicators? Makikita niyo yan sa lahat, sa Bloomberg app. Mag-download kayo sa smartphone niyo. Bloomberg app, letter B, yung ano nga ba yung tsura nun? Basta letter B na white background, tapos may parang blue, yung letter na B. Bloomberg. So yan, pwede. Instagram. Marami naman po pwede. Hanapin nyo doon yung indicator that matters. Tatlo yan guys ha. First is price earnings. Yan ang number 1, price earnings. Ano ibig sabihin ng price earnings? Yung presyo niya compared sa kanyang kinikita. Dapat mababa yun. Lower the better. Number 2, price to sale. Again, lower the better. Price versus sa kanyang revenue. Yung isa pa, number 3, price versus book value. Yung price niya versus the book value. Again, the lower the better. So ano yung lower the better? Dapat yan, usually ang aking tinitingnan, mga nasa 10 to 15 ng price earnings. Price earnings 10 to 15. Ang market ngayon nasa 17, 18 times na yan. No? Medyo mataas na nga eh. Kahit pandemic. Okay? So ibig sabihin, expensive na ang market. Kaya hindi pa masyado. Mamimili ka ngayon ng stocks na kilala mo. Okay? Kilala mo dapat yung stocks, kilala mo yung company. Tapos at the same time, alam mo na after 10 years, kahit magsara pa ang stock market, andyan pa yan. Ano yung ngayon? Halimbawa ako for example, anong mga gusto kong stocks? Hindi necessarily na ngayon yung bibilin to. Jollibee is a good company. Okay? So listed din Jollibee. Pumupunta rin naman ako sa Jollibee. Bumibili. So why not invest in Jollibee? Okay, so JFC. Okay. Ano pa? Kumakain ako sa McDonald's din. Pero ang McDonald's hindi listed dito sa Amerika. Ano ang may hawak sa McDonald's dito sa Philippines? Yung AGI, yung Andrew Tan Group. Okay, isa sa mga billionaire yan sa Philippines. Yung may-ari din ng Mega World. So ang Mega World kasama din sa akin yan. Ayala is always a good name. If it's Ayala, it must be good. SM, BDO, BPI, syempre, no? And then of course, ang Toyota, Metro Bank kami, so Metro Bank. And then GT Cap, yan ang mga naka-invest tayo dyan sa mga yan. Ba't ko sinasabing hindi ngayon? Ang ibig sabihin ko, alam mong maganda yung company niyon, pero you have to buy them at a low price. Hindi yung, maganda Jollibee, pero nakabili ka ng mahal. Paano? 203 pesos. Kung nabili mo to ng 100 lang, di doble na pera mo, di ba? Huwag mo siyang bibilin sa mataas. So, kailangan talaga to guys, pag-aralan ninyo. You have to really study of the stock market. You really can't just dive right in and mag-pray. Sabi nga ng mga dati estudyante, anong gagawin dito? Buy, sell? Sabi niya ano daw? Buy and pray. Hindi ganoon. Kailangan pag-aralan nyo rin. Pag-aralan nyo po yung presyo. At hindi lang yan dito, guys, marami ako nakikita mga bata nag-i-invest Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. Okay, may laro na nga ngayon na cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. Forex, pwede din, no? Pero yung Forex, walang price earnings, walang ganun yun. Ang Bitcoin, wala din. Ang gagawin mo doon is analyzing the chart. Hindi natin kayang ituro yun within this time. So, if you subscribe in my channel, you will see a lot of my lessons there about business. Hanapin nyo na lang doon yung Power of Two, ando doon yung technical analysis. Pwede kayong mag-request din ng gusto nyong itakal na video. Usually, ang mga tao gusto nila yung technical analysis. Technical analysis yung isang tingin mo pa lang sa stock, alam, teka, tataas to. More or less may idea ka, may gut feel ka. Hindi ka naman 100% true, totoo, pero malaki yung batting average mo. Ganun yung ginagawa ng mga technical analyst. Okay, information is available. Annual report, nandiyan dyan. Quarterly report. Tinitingnan ko to guys, bago ko nag-i-invest. Disclosures, ayan, nandiyan dyan yan, pse.com.ph, edge.pse.com.ph. Tingnan nyo na lang. No? Okay, ano ba yung mutual funds? Pwede rin ba kayong mag-mutual funds? Oo, ang mutual funds, ang tawag ng professional investing. You purchase stocks with the best people. Hindi ikaw nagpe-purchase, mayroong nagpe-purchase para sa'yo. You divide your risk kasi technically speaking, you own, halimbawa, naka-invest sila sa 100 stocks. Ang binili mo konti lang, maliit lang, pero you are invested technically in the 100 stocks that they own. Your exposure is low kasi kung magkano lang ang binigay mo, that's your exposure. Okay? And you can exit anytime you want. Saan ka nakakita ng business na when you start, tomorrow you don't want it anymore? No? Ngayon gusto mo, tapos bukas ayaw mo na. Parang ano din yan, parang love life din. Nagsawa ka na, ayaw mo na. May hugot pa. Joke lang. Yun, so the next day, ayaw mo na. So anong gagawin mo? Exit ka anytime. Basta bukas yung stock market. Oo. Bibenta ko na po yun. Hindi, ngayon wala na yung live. Nung araw naka-live akong ganyan. Nagsesell ako live. So ang gagawin ko mo ngayon, pindutin mo lang. Kung may call financial ko, may BPI trade ka, pindutin mo na lang. No? Sell. Ganon. You can exit anytime you want. Siyempre, bababa yung presyo mo noon because nag-exit ka eh. Pero at least, nakukuha mo yung in-invest mo kagad. Samantalang pag nagtayo ka, for example, katulad ng mga nagtayo ng mga business dyan sa ilalim ng, alam mo yung nagkaroon ng leak ang pipeline dyan sa may Magallanes, o may KFC dyan, napakalakas nung araw nun. Nagkaroon ng leak, wala na. Pero mo kung ikaw nagtayo nun, how can you recoup the loss? Yung building, how can you recoup the loss? Ibebenta mo yung building, walang bibili. Ibebenta mo yung mga binili mong gamit sa KFC, no one will buy that place. Kasi nga may leak yung You cannot exit anytime you want. That's the risk in business. Sa stock market, walang ganun. Di ba? At naka-invest ka sa daming company. Naka-invest ka kay Ayala, naka-invest ka kay Jollibee, naka-invest ka kay Manny Villar, naka-invest ka kay Andrew Tan. Ito ni Tan Kakchong, di ba? So you can start low also and accumulate later. Magsimula ka lang 10,000, 5,000 and then you start 1,000 bawat payroll, 1,000. Tapos lagay ka ng lagay. Pag tingin mo, ang laki na ng pera ko. Pwede na kaya akong magsarili nito? Ako na lang ang bibili ng sarili kong stocks. Pag-aralan mo muna. If you are already knowledgeable about it, okay, feeling mo talagang magaling ka na mamili ng stocks din. Alisin mo sa mutual fund and then magsarili ka na, ikaw na mag-invest. Ako, nagsasarili na ako, no? So, ang tanong nga ng BPI, guys, ito presentation to ng kaibigan ko sa BPI. Do you have savings 6 times the equivalent of your expenses? Pag wala ka daw 6 times ng expenses mo, ibig sabihin yan, wala kang contingency fund. Kung kailangan, meron ka daw ng monthly expenses mo ng 6 months. So, umikita ka ng 10,000 o 15,000 times 6, dapat meron kang pera ng 90,000. Kasi pag hindi, delikado ka. Yun, nagli-live ka from paycheck to paycheck. Dati, ang equation, kung ano yung income mo, babawas mo lahat ng expense, tapos may iwan yung savings. Ngayon, hindi na. Save first. Bayaran mo muna yung sarili mo. Bago ka magpagupit, bago mo bayaran yung barbershop, bago mo bayaran ng Globe, yung plan mo, bago mo bayaran ang Smart, bago mo bayaran yung mini stop na lagi ka bumibili ng Kariman, Then sa akin, bago ka bumili ng kung ano-ano binibili mo everyday, bayaran mo muna yung sarili mo. So every time nakakuha ka ng pera, 10,000, no? 10% or 20%. Ako nga ang aking ganito eh. Ganito ang aking wealth, di ba? Wealth management tayo. Ganito ang aking formula. 20% investment, 10% contingency or savings. Yung 70%, ito yung sinasabi ko, excuse me sa mga nanonood sa Facebook kasi ito yung term talaga namin, mga mga barako. Sabi namin, isaksak mo sa baga mo yung 70%. Kaya nga, ako okay lang sa akin, kung kaya mo bumili ng iPhone Pro Max, iPhone 12, okay lang yun. Kasi kung kaya mo naman, walang problema yun. Basta may pang-invest ka, saka may pang-save ka, unahin mo muna yung sarili mo. Unahin mo muna yung long term. Kasi ang whatever, no? Yung phone, depreciable yan eh. Depreciable yan. There was a time in 2003, anong usong phone noon? O syempre sila Sir RJ, sila Sir Chef B, hindi pa yan nung mga panahon na yun, mga grade school pa lang ata yan. No? Ako nagtatrabaho na ako noon, no? 2003, ang sikat na phone noon yung 3210. O bumili ako, mamayang konti nalaglag sa nasa na yung aking cellphone. Nalaglag sa tricycle, bili na naman ako kinabukasan. Alam mo, presyo nun 8,000. I-round-up mo na sa 10. Dalawang beses mo binili sa 20,000. Noong 2003, merong isang company, bumaba ang presyo niya from mga 70 pesos to 6 pesos. Kung bumili ako ng company yon, by the way, ang company yon ang tawag ay Meralco. Tingnan niyo ang presyo ng Meralco ngayon. It grew 50 times in 2021, 18 years. Yung palang binili ko ng 3210 times 20 times 50, 1 million na sana ngayon. Kung hindi ako bumili ng phone, dapat ang binili ko, kotse. Of course, it took 18 years. Pero still, hindi nawala. Yung phone na 3210, nagbubukas pa naman, nakakapag, snake. Nakakalaro ka ng snake. Pero hindi mo na siya magagamit. In fact, 5 years lang yan. Tops. Lahat ng mga gadgets natin, 5 years lang yan. Kahit magagandang laptop, well, of course, ang Mac, nagtatagal lang konti yung Mac, pero, kahit pa paano, it's still depreciable, right? So, pay yourself first. Ayan, yun ang ibig sabihin ng slide na to. Is savings enough? O hindi yan ito, hindi na updated to eh. Noong 2003, ganyan karami yung 500 pesos, 2008, lumiit na, 2013. Ngayon, ang 500 pesos, actually, pag pumunta ka sa minister, 500 pesos, kawawak mo na lang sa kamay. Hindi na ganyan, no? Bumababa talaga ang bilihin. Okay? So, ano yung mga income? Ito yung, na lang to, just to give you a familiarization, no? Dapat nga, hindi ko na ito sasama, but sayang naman yung time, no? Savings and investing, no? Yan, dalawa yan. So, let time be your friend. Stay invested. So, merong dalawa yan. Invest early. Tingnan natin si Mike saka si Rocky. Raise to 1 million. Goal nila. Si Mike nag-invest ng 50,000. Decided to regularly invest 50,000 per year. Ang annual average return of 9% lang. No? Mababa yan. No? Si Rocky naman, pinospone niya yung savings niya for 3 years. Tapos saka siya naglagay ng 200,000 and 50,000. So, syempre, sino nauna na makaabot ng 1 million? Syempre, si Mike. After 12 years, 1 million na siya. Samantalang pareho lang ang kinontribute. Ang return ni Mike mas malaki. Bakit? Nauna siya kasing mag-invest. So dapat mag-invest kayo early. Before you cross the streets, there are risks. Ito yung sinabi ko kanina, risk and reward. Tandaan niya, higher the risk, the higher the reward. Alin kayo dyan? Prefers to walk. Ito, ano to guys, disclaimer. Ano to ni BPI, no? Kaya ko to inaano dahil nilend nila yan sa akin. Tapos sabi, kaya ko naman ginagawa yun kasi banggit lagi si BPI. Si BPI kasi merong ganito eh. Pwede kang mamili kung ikaw ba ay katulad nitong oldie, prefers to walk, okay lang with low returns, o ikaw ba yung loves to ride bicycle slowly but surely, medium term investment. Gusto mo ba hindi ko makita yung pangalan eh. Horseback riding. He wants to have balance between return and income. Okay with long-term investments. O si Alejandro, ride a race car. Hindi siya afraid sa mga possible losses. Ito kasi si Lola, pag bumaba ang kanyang investment, tawag na sa bangko yan. Ba't bumaba ang investment ko ng 10%? Okay. Pag ganyan, hindi ka nabibigyan ng bangko ng stock market. Ang bibigyan niya sa iyo, savings. Kasi mabagal lang. Ayaw mo nang bumaba ang presyo pero pataas ng pataas, konti-konti lang. So depende sa inyong investment personality. Kayo habang bata pa, dapat Alejandro kayo. O kaya ito kung sino man to si horseback rider. Dapat dito kayo sa dalawang to. Okay? Conservative, moderately conservative. Dapat moderately aggressive kayo kasi bata pa kayo eh. And then ako, hanggang ngayon, aggressive pa rin ako diyan. Mas ano pa rin na aggressive ka. Kasi long term pa rin ang investment. Laging long term ang tingin mo pa rin. No? Okay? So risk profile sa BPI ginagawa niya. I think ibang bangko rin naman, no. Metrobank does that too. Customer suitability assessment, ina-assess kanila ang risk profile mo and then investment fund mo. Ano yung mga options mo? Ito yung mga investment funds na pwede niyong pupuntahan na, guys ha. Pwedeng mag-direct investment ka. Ako ginagawa ko to kasi kabisado ko na siya. Pero if you want to do an investment fund with many people, pwede yan. Pwedeng mutual fund yan or pwedeng kayong magkakaibigan. Yan. Pero again, as I said, kailangan yan may tiwala at saka dapat naka-register yan. Okay? NAV po, ano ibig sabihin? Net asset value per unit. Kumbaga kung kayo ay 4, di para kayong may slice ng pie. Parang gano'n. No? So kinocompute yun kung magkano. Investment, ito yung mga pwede nyo pagpilian. Ang isa, money market fund. Tingnan nyo, ang liit lang ng risk, ang liit din lang ng return. Kasi yan ang mga naka-invest kay BPI, special deposit, time deposit, treasury bills. Hindi yan bumababa ng value. Okay? Fixed yan, fixed interest rate yan. Pero wala siyang PDIC insurance, yung short-term fund. Yung time deposit, insured. Ayan. Pero ang baba ng interest yan. Tingnan mo, 0.6% lang. Ito nung time na 2014 na, ngayon ang baba na niyan lalo. Okay? Pinakita ko lang yung example nung time na yon, no? Sa bond fund naman, tingnan niyo, mas mataas siya ng konti. Ang bond, ibig sabihin ng bond is simply debt. Excuse me, utang lang yan. Utang ng bangko sa iyo. Ayan, ang premium fund, no? 4.96% annually. Kasi ang bonds noong time na yun ay 5%. At I think ngayon din, hanggang ngayon 5% pa rin yung value ng ng bond. So I think I would say na more or less 5% pa rin ang return niyan. Okay, ang equity fund naman, puro equity, puro mga stocks, globe. Guys, itong sinasabi ko sa inyo, mahirap itong i-grapple, i-understand in just one sitting. So ang goal nito na introduce sa inyo, please read on, no? Pag hindi niyo kasi ito tinuloy, wala na. Nakinig ka ng isang seminar, tapos afterward, wala na. Okay? Basahin ko yung magbasa kayo. Okay? Globe, yan. Ito yung mga equity fund. So, tingnan niyo, mataas yung risk niya. Siyempre, mataas din ang return. Equity represents ownership. So, ito, tingnan niyo, nung time na to, namamayagpag si BPI noon, 17% per year. There was a time na naging 40% pa yan per year. Lalo nung pagkatapos nung 2008, nung umaakyat yan, 40% yan per year. So, ganyang kalaki yan. Bilang mo, 17%. Ang inflation, nasa 7 lang. O, di panalo ka ng 10%, di ba? So, talagang malaking kita mo dyan. Okay? Okay. Balance fund naman, ako ito recommended ko sa mga nagsusimula pa lang. Kalahati dyan, bonds. Kalahati naman ay stocks. So, mas bababa ang return niya on an up market. Oh guys, ito yun ha. On an up market, pag tumataas ang market, the equity fund will be bigger in return. Followed by balance fund. Followed by bond fund. Pero pag down ang market, so sobrang down niya, minsan tinatalo ng bonds yan. Tinatalo ng balance fund, syempre, ang equity fund. So yun, depende sa klase ng market. Ano ibig sabihin ng market? Halimbawa, bagsak ang market ngayon, 2020. Siyempre, mananalo yung bond fund, saka yung balance, no? Kesa sa equity. Pero minsan sa sobrang bagsak ng stocks, ang bond ang nananalo. Kaya pag ganon, mataas ang bond rate, lumilipat ang mga kliyente sa bonds. Oo, bumibili sila ng bonds sa government. Okay? Tingnan niyo yung balance fund. Kanina, di ba, 17%. Ito, 14%. Di ba? Mas maliit lang ng konti. Okay? Ayan. O, kilala niyo ba si Robert Kiyosaki? Si Robert Kiyosaki yung sumulat ng Rich Dad, Poor Dad. If you have not read that, lalo na pag kayo nasa college na kayo, dapat matutunan niyo yan. The two dads of Robert Kiyosaki, yung Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Sabi niya, sisimula ka daw sa employee if you have a job or you own a job, self-employed ka, no? Doktor, no? Halimbawa, meron kang karinderya, ikaw yung nagluluto, o self-employed ka nun, you own your job. Pag umabsent ka dyan, di wala kang sweldo. Nagbakasyon ka sa Europe, wala kang sweldo, wala kang kita, right? Ang business owner, pumupunta yan dito on the right side, business owner. You own a system and the people work for you. Kahit hindi ka gumising ng alas 9, ng alas 7 ng umaga, nagbukas siyempre yung Jollibee mo or McDonald's mo. 'Di ba? So you have people working for you. Ang investor naman, galing sa B, business owner, yung kanyang kinikita dito, ini-invest niya. Okay? Yung power of two is a means of saying to the people that you may even consider yung investment mo as your business. Okay? Bakit ko nasabi yun? Alam nyo, pag tumingin kayo sa kahit anong mga entrepreneurship na magazine, pag nag-invest kayo sa McDonald's, ganyan, no? Magkano ang pagbukas ng McDonald's? Sa 50 million, whatever, no? Tapos, magkano daw ang return rate? Sabi nila. Ano daw yung payback period? 4 years. Ano ibig sabihin ng 4 years? Ibig sabihin, 25% per annum. O di ba pinakita ko kanina, 17% nga yung stocks. There was a time na nakaka-40 yan. So, ibig sabihin, there are times na tinatalo ng stocks ang normal business. Of course, pag hindi ka marunong sa stocks, hindi mo ka mag-venture doon, no? Meron nga mga tao na nagdodoble yung pera nila, lalo sa Bitcoin, no? Di mo ilang lang kinikita ng iba diyan sa Bitcoin, no? Di ba? Malaki talaga. Lalo kung alam mo. Pag hindi mo alam, huwag ka na mag-venture kasi kailangan aralin mo muna. Okay? So, in this power of two, ang pinapakita ko doon is you can even treat investment or trading, whatever you're into, as your business. Kailangan nga lang pag-aralan mo siya maigi. Alright? Millionaire Mind, malapit na tumatapos guys. Millionaire Mind, itong isa sa mga favorite ko kasing author, no? Si Thomas Stanley, doctor siya sa Stanford, gumawa siya ng libro about the millionaire mind. Ito si Robert Kiyosaki, yung cash flow quadrant, okay? Ang sabi niya, in order to be a millionaire sa Amerika, sila daw ay frugal. Ibig sabihin ng frugal, parang alam niyo yung frugal na nakikita ko yung sa LPU Batangas eh. Iyan ay isa sa prime quality ni Sotero H. Laurel, ang pagiging frugal. Ibig sabihin matipid. Hindi yung matipid na kuripot, hindi. Yung talagang alam niya kung saan pupunta yung pera niya. Frugal, be frugal. Kailangan alam niyo kung saan nakapunta yung pera mo. Marry once the right person. Alam mo, totoo to, lalo sa lalaki. Again, no offense sa mga girls ha. Kasi usually sa Amerika, pag ginagamit kasi ng mga babae, nag-aasawa sila ng mayaman, tapos nanghihingi sila ng alimony, di ba? So if you don't marry the right person, mauubos ang pera mo sa kakabayad ng alimony kasi divorce ka ng divorce. So totoo yan sa Millionaire Mind. Halos lahat ng millionaire na in-investigate ni Thomas Stanley only has one wife. And their marriage lasted 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. So importante pala to finding the right person. Di ba sabi nga behind the success and failure of every man is a woman. O yan, totoo yan. Invest rather than spend. Yan. Cars, cellphones, digital ka. Alatang luma na itong aking presentation. Hindi ko pa nabubura yan. Gadgets, di ba? PS5, PSP. Lahat ng mga ninyo, ng mga PlayStation. Depreciable yan, depreciable. All those things will not last. Oh, they're depreciable. Millionaires don't show off, hindi sila nagpapayabang. They live in third-class neighborhoods like San Lorenzo. So, and drive second-hand cars. O, ang aking kotse, bigay lang ng Toyota. Hindi ako nagdadrive ng sarili kong kotse. No? Di ba? Ang Toyota lang nagbigay niyan. So, ibig sabihin, ang real millionaires daw, hindi nagpapayabang. Kailangan ng real millionaires, low profile. Kasi pag low profile ka, hindi ka aalo ka ng napakadaming kung ano-ano. Di ba? Nasa bangko ko, kaya hindi ako nakakaipon. Maya't maya may nagbebenta ng ganito. O, ngayon naman, may uso na naman ngayon, paripa. Ewan ko kung nababalitaan niyo yun. Bumibili ng goods, tapos pinaparapol. Ano ba naman tayo? Puro tayo gastos. Anyway, ayan ha. So, ito na yung last module investing principle. Dapat, buy only within your circle of competence. Kailangan dun sa alam nyo lang. Mag-aralin nyo. Ang sabi ni Warren Buffett kasi, my favorite investor, kailangan, alam mo, ako banking, so halos lahat ng investment ko nasa bangko, banking stocks, BPI, Metrobank, PNB, ano ba? Yung tatlo, BDO. Yan. Buy only yung tipong kahit magsara yung market, closes tomorrow and for 10 years, it will still earn for you. Buy only which is lower than the market average price over earnings. Kanina sinabi ko yan ha. Tingnan nyo maigi yan ha. If you have a clean takeaway with this lesson, tingnan nyo maigi yung price earnings, PE. Kailangan mababa yan sa market. Usually market nasa 15 to 18, no? Kailangan mababa doon. Buy only which has a peg. Peg is price earnings growth of less than 1. Ako 1 less than 1, no? Pero si Peter Lynch, ang tinitingnan niya 1.5. Pwede na yung 1.25. Basta the lower the better. Pero hindi ito masyadong nag-work ngayon because of the pandemic. So dito ka na lang sa number 3, yung price earnings. Blue chips, ano ibig sabihin? Ang blue chips bought at a high price, sinabi ko na to, is also not that good, no? It's not safer than a second liner bought at a low price. Ibig sabihin, may mga blue chips na hindi naman talaga blue. Ibig sabihin, hindi naman talaga maganda. Kailangan pumili kayo ng stocks na maganda yung income potential, maganda yung growth. Ang ibig sabihin ng penny stocks are not worth our pennies. Yung penny stocks yung mga maliliit ang presyo. Oil stocks, mining stocks. Hindi mo naman alam ang mga tungkol dyan, tapos bumibili ka, di ba? Yun yung kumikita ng malaki ka, pero malaki din ang chance na malugi ka. Okay, kailangan safety first. Lower, take care of the downside, sabi nga ni Warren Buffett, and the upside will take care of itself. Sabi nga niya, rule number 1, don't lose money. Rule number 2, practice and perfect. Rule number 1, never lose money. See you at the top. Malapit na, last two slides. If investing requires, sabi ni Warren Buffett, my favorite investor of all time, if investing requires knowledge in advanced mathematics and calculus, I would have stayed selling newspapers. Alam nyo, nagsimula siya ng investing 1950, ay $100 lang in-invest niya. Ngayon, nasa $100 billion na yung kanyang empire and is one of the richest men in the world. Of course, is 90. But, ibig sabihin, 100 billion, that's easily like the GDP of almost 25 countries. Isang tao lang ang may-ari, ito si Warren Buffett. Because of investment, 1950s, ang kanyang return nasa 26% a year. So imagine, without palya. At yung mga tinuturo ko na investing principles, yun din yan. Practicein nyo lang yun. You'll be like this guy. Okay, how to be a billionaire. Ito na, promise, last slide. 10 items na, 10 lists of how to be a billionaire. Number 1, save at least 10% of your income. Number 2, buy only what is necessary. Do not save only to spend later. Number 3, invest what you save. Number 4, marry the right person. Do not marry dahil maganda, dahil ang beauty nawawala din. Kahit nga yung love, sobrang love mo, akala mo, hindi ayaw maghiwalay. Ang konti, wala na yun. Di ba? Love is like, parang parang may pinanggagalingan, no? Love is not, ang flame na sobrang bursting, no? Love is like a quiet flickering of a candle inside the cathedral. That's your person. Hindi kailangan sobrang outstanding. Kailangan lang when the rain pours in, he will be out standing in the rain with you. That's the truth of the matter. Number 5, beware of your friend. Ako, totoo to. Sino ba naman, okay, nasa bangko, sabi ng manager namin, sino ba ang manloloko sa'yo? Di ba yung kaibigan mo? So pag lumalapit ng kaibigan mo, gusto mong utang, beware of your friends. Siya ang huwag mong pautangin. Kaya we sometimes lend to strangers rather than our friends. Your friends will not, usually they will not pay you. Totoo yan. Kaya nga sa business dapat, gusto mo naman kasama mga kaibigan mo. But kaya nga siya, ang tawag show business, hindi show friends. Show business. Ibig sabihin business yan. It's business. It's not personal, it's business. Number 6, business sense. Business is business. Huwag mo sasamahan ng kung ano-ano kasi nasisira yan, no? Number 7, don't forget to give back to charity. Remember that kasi nagsimula tayo ng walang-wala, so always give back to charity. Number 8, find your niche in the market. You are good in cooking, then maybe that's your niche, di ba? If you're good in tourism, then that's your niche. If you're good in accountancy, then that's your niche. Mayroon akong mga estudyante na tatayo ng business. Anong tatayo mong business? Kasi CPA siya eh. Sir, yung coin-operated na laundromat, sabi ko, anong kinalaman niya sa accounting? Ibig sabihin mo, anong niche mo doon, no? Masasabi mo po, okay, this is operated by a CPA. Di ba? Hindi, niche. Kailangan mo napin yung niche mo sa market. Kayo, ang ganda ng CITHM kasi alam nyo na kagad ang niche nyo sa market. And kailangan maging kayo dyan, magkaroon kayo ng stellar performance dyan. Number 9, do not let your family members, alam mo itong pinakamahirap sa lahat for us. Do not let your family members rely on you. Napaka-mahirap yun. In fact, ito, pag ito napupunta dito, minsan nagsusquirm yung audience sa akin dito. Sir, para namang hindi Pilipino yan. Totoo naman. Siyempre, pag medical, tutulungan ko naman. Pero marami tayong family members na talagang pabigat talaga sa buhay. Okay, ginagawa mo silang tamad pag tulong ka ng tulong sa kanila. So, dapat, kanya-kanya tayo. O, tinan mo, kaya tayo hindi ang Pilipino kaya hindi masyadong nag-improve. Kasi laging, ay, teka, kailangan kong ano po muna kasi magpapaaral pa ako ng... Totoo naman yun, no? Naiintindihan ko yun. But remember, at the end of the day, when the going gets tough, it's just you. Ikaw lang mag-isa yan. Yung ako, tatay ko, pinaaral niyan, mga kapatid niya. In the end, sino yung nandun sa may deathbed niya? Just me. Wala lahat yung mga pinag-aral niya. Wala lahat yan. We're not bitter, but we're just being real. Okay? Kailangan turuan natin na ang family members natin will start on their own. Lastly, do not let your friends or even your children know you're rich. So with that, I would like to say thank you to you and let me tell you, I am not rich. Ayan, hindi po ako rich kasi rule number 10 yun eh. Okay, maraming salamat. This blank space is for you. History is just to be just to be written, and it will be written by young people like you. So this blank space is dedicated for you. You will write your own history from this time forward. So thank you for listening and have a great morning ahead. Salamat po.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Atento, for sharing your knowledge with us. Indeed, it was very enlightening about the stock market and everything that they could, in order to save money and also to be financially literate. And as the discussion ended, you may now send your questions to the chat box below. But I believe someone have sent me the question. And Aaron, you can acknowledge yourself and ask directly to Dr. Atento. I think it's Robin. Good morning, Doc George. What are your thoughts about Gcash invest managed by ATRAL? Is it a good investment option?
Well, Robin, actually, tinry ko nga yan eh. Kasi, by the way, if you have GCash, pwede ka mag-invest sa phone mo lang. No? Sinubukan ko lang kasi maliit lang naman eh. Parang 200, 300. So, okay naman. Yun, nakikita ko naman, kumikita naman siya. I think, ginagawa na nila, by the way, Atram, ano yan ito kasi is ginawa ni GCash. Globe kasi yan eh. So, parang ginawa nila yan to reach all sorts of people, no? Of course, maganda pa din yung talagang nasa stock brokerage and all that. Pero I think this is also a good thing to do kasi para makita mo yung galaw nga ng market. Ang Atram, guys, index yun. Nag-invest ka sa index, hindi individual stocks. Pero, I don't know kung ano yung tinatrack nila. Yun na nga mahirap kasi hindi natin alam kung ano yung tinatrack niya. I'm sure pag tiningnan mo yung website nila, you will know where they are invested. Pero syempre, if you want to be sure and safe, again, I'm not saying anything against Atrama, but if you want to be sure and safe, then go for yung talagang mga standard na talaga na bearer, no? Of course, the banks have it. Marami silang mutual funds and of course yung mga listed stock brokerages na talagang tinitingnan.
Hello, my friend.
Ini-scrutinize kasi yan ng Securities and Exchange Commission. Yun ang katandaan naman doon. But ito, hindi ko alam kung may tumitingin pa niyan. Pero tingnan mo din, kasi ang maganda naman dito, everyday, pag nagbubukas ka, check mo, nakikita mo naman yung presyo, di ba? So, pwede din. Pwede mo siyang, wag lang siguro sobrang laki, Robin. Robin ba yun? Ayun, Robin Christian. Wag masyado sigurong malaki muna. But tingnan nyo naman, kung nakita nyo naman na okay siya, no? You can extra money lang naman yan eh, di ba?
So, all right. I hope Robin, Dr. have answered your question. And any more questions? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I think that's it. And well, it's good that you have been paying attention to the class. Again, thank you so much, Dr. Atento, for rendering your precious time with us. We know that everyone, although they are not really asking more because maybe they are just new to this information. And for that, on behalf of the CITHM Student Council and Anchor, we present to you our token of appreciation, and please allow me to read the citation. This certificate of appreciation is presented to Dr. Ramon George Atento for sharing his valuable knowledge as a guest speaker during the 25th webinar series, the webinar on personal financial literacy, given this 10th day of July 2021, signed by Ms. Maria Jessa Abo, CITHM Student Council Event Head, Ms. Mayan Amores, CITHM Student Council President, Mr. Aaron Pandino, Anchor President, and Chef Abraham Emmanuel Peralta, Dean CITHM and Student Council Advisor. And let us just pause for a minute for a quick photo with of course, guest speaker. We encourage everybody to please open your cameras so we can see your beautiful and handsome faces. And Miss Allen, you can proceed.
Yes, may I encourage everyone to please open their cameras for our photo op.
Please open your camera. We can have a quick talk with Dr. George. Thank you. Right, maybe you can proceed now. All right.
Stop share na lang po para po makita po lahat. Thank you po. Okay, for the first panel, 1, 2, 3, smile. For the second panel, 1, 2, 3, smile.
The Lord and the Holy Spirit for keeping
For the
us
third
all
panel,
alive
1,
together.
2, 3,
Kahit
smile.
na umuulan na po sa labas, pero andito pa rin tayo. It shows a lot of
And for the last, 1,
dedication
2,
and
3,
sincerity
smile.
in our intentions to the Lord.
Okay po, that's all. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Miss Allen, for that. And once again, thank you so much, Dr. Atento, for your time. Well, as we get near to the ending of today's webinar, may we call on our CITHM faculty, Mr. Ryan Joseph Kalinaw, for his closing remarks. And let us all give him a virtual applause.
All right. So good morning, everyone. Good morning, Dr. George. Okay. So thank you very much. I'd like to, of course, personally thank you, Dr. George, for having us here, or for having you here, of course, confirming your and gracing our event. Maraming salamat po, Dr. George, for enlightening our students in terms of investing. Not always, most of us, okay, are always thinking of saan ko gagamitin yung pera. Is there any iPhone or MacBook or any gadgets or even car na bibilhin ko in the future? Is this the thing that I am always looking into, of course, telling my students that, okay, before, when I was a little kid, and of course, nung nagsimula ako magtrabaho, sabi ko, bibilin ko yung mga gusto ko. However, this is, kumbaga, this is my way on how to tell my students, all of our students, na don't look into the opportunity of having a money, okay, and buying the things that you want. This is just only the things that you need, because it's all about investment. Tingin natin dyan yung sa oras sa pangangailangan, yung term na sabi natin may madudukot tayo. Okay, at least, you know what, this is a good thing that we must enable ourselves to, of course, to focus and to always do that, of course, to invest. Okay, so with that, again, maraming salamat CITHM students. Okay, the same time, the Student Council, Anchor, and of course, maraming salamat to our Dean, Abraham Peralta, and again, Dr. George Atento. Okay, maraming salamat and God bless us all.
Thank you so much, Sir Iger, for that. And indeed, we must start early, save not for spending later, but in order for us to have the money to invest. And indeed, we are very delightful for this activity's success. Please do not forget to submit your feedback form to validate your attendance for this event. And your e-certificates will be sent to you once you have finish answering the form. So make sure and double check everything that you will be entering, and you can scan the QR code that is flashed on the screen for an easy access. But the link is also sent on the comment box on our Facebook Live and as well as here in our chat box here in Zoom. Well, just checking, are we all clear? Are there any more questions? If are we all clear? If yes, kindly type in yes on the chat box or on the comment box so we could check if someone's still with us right now. Yeah, I see some yes. Okay, thank you so much. I see that everyone is with me until very now. And this ends our webinar. We are hoping to see you again on our next activities. This has been your moderator, Kim Ira Villegasi, always at your service. Stay healthy, keep safe, and may God bless us all. Please do not forget to register to vote and value your rights as a Filipino citizen. Thank you, guys.